Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We're going to be taking a look at a Sharp game here today. Fresh off of his second place in SSL. Best season of his life. I know he got second in Season 1, but that season didn't really count, honestly. Here is Sharp, and I don't know who this guy is he's up against. I believe it is a Chinese player, but I'm not 100% sure. But the game comes recommended, so yeah. Let's call him Say. Right? Say. But yeah, I'm really not sure who it is. And yeah, okay. We're on Radeon. That's it. All right, that's the intro. Thanks guys so much for supporting the channel. It's been a blast. Been really enjoying it lately. It's such a fun place. Like, if I feel like learning about a certain matchup, a build order, a player, I can just kind of go look those up and see what I can find and cast some of those. And it's just like a nice, relaxing way to spend a day sometimes, just sitting down and casting a bunch of games, and you guys all watch them and enjoy them. And it's just like, man, life is good. So thank you, everyone who has subscribed, commented, liked, shared it. And, of course, everyone who's joined on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Artosis if you would like to join on that. It is much appreciated to everyone who has already. You guys are fantastic. All right. Now, taking a look at the openers. Looks like we're going to have a factory expansion here from Sharp. No big surprise. He's been rotating back and forth between factory and gasless expands. But I think Sharp does better in general with factory expansions, if you ask me. It just gets you like a little bit more potential for counterattacks, whereas you oftentimes are more defensive with the gasless expands. Say goes out with his probe after the cybernetics core, so kind of a late scout, but he will run into that SCV right away and know that he's on the right route to go towards the bottom left. There's a factory. That is a very fast factory. In fact, that's an 11 gas. I wasn't even really paying attention to that, but that was an unbelievably quick fact. You do get a little bit of a supply block here, or you have to skip a little bit, basically, to afford all that. And there is a Zealot on the way, so that's like a little bit annoying, but Sharp will be fine. His SimCity is pretty solid, and Sharp has excellent micro. So I think he's gonna be just okay. You do notice that he's had to skip SCVs, though. Like, if you do like, your factory would be a lot slower, obviously, if you go for a 12 gas. But your SCVs right now would be higher than this. So, misses out on probably more than one full SCV there. Definitely at least one. Okay, Vulture on the way. Just gonna push that Zealot back immediately. Had 3 Marines exactly in time, and that's what you need, actually, to push back a Zealot. Dragoon coming up now, but he's already taken the shields and then some off of the Zealot, so that makes a big difference for when this engagement occurs. He has the 4th Marine and the Vulture. A lot of the very top Terrans like this. Occasionally you get people that like to go 3rd Depot with the same unit set, but you can go 2 Depot with it. You just get supply blocked again. So the thing is that can be okay to get the command center out for, quicker. Now, that was some excellent micro. Just uses the moving shot there to take down the Zealot, but does end up losing the Vulture, unfortunately. The 4 Marines can kind of fight against these until range is done, and then they get absolutely massacred. Mine's on the way. He's going to make a bunker, I think. Is he actually going to try to fight this? And you can see the back and forth here. Basically, if these are walking forward and you turn around and walk forward towards them, the Dragoons have to back up, because the damage output of the Marines is actually really good. It's just like you have to utilize the range of the Dragoons, basically. See that? See how quickly he's taking that down? If you just wait for range, though, like, the Marines will never hit you again. So the bunker is coming up. Siege tank on the way, and he did slip out 1 Vulture. So the 1 Vulture is probably why he kept the Marines up here, was so that he could for sure slip the Vulture out. So if you start hitting his bunker, he can lay mines behind. Or if you're sending the Dragoons as well, he can go up here and lay mines. To prevent rallies plus catch them. So let's see where he lays. See, this is a retreat path mine. I don't think you're 100% sure that there's a vulture out right now, but probably there's a vulture out right now. Like, the tank is coming late enough that you're like, okay, something built. That's like 5 minutes, 10 seconds. There should have been something else out by now. So I think he pretty much knows. Or maybe he's not reading that correctly, because he's going to walk right into these mines. Oh, okay. Well, attack, move home, and just have the Dragoons automatically kill the mines with no micro. Okay. So those mines from Sharp. What else can you do? He still has one, so there's a very good chance here you can force him into it. Okay, now he realizes that there's probably a third mine on that path, so he backs up in the other direction. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to catch these 2 Dragoons. Now, Say is going for Reaver, and it's 1 gate Reaver, and he's probably going to have to make a 2nd gate. Like, there is a lot of pressure on him right now. Wow, Sharp is still chasing these. He decided he just wants these 2 goons. Okay. I actually didn't think he'd do that. I thought for sure he'd turn and go towards the natural. I thought for sure he would do that. Because he had that covering mine as well that they might have run into. Okay, well, a few more mines here. eBay coming up. 2nd factory is being made as well. Here comes that shuttle. Only a Reaver in it, so there's not like a huge micro that you can do with this. It's like, okay, well, it's pretty straightforward, in fact. You know, tanking shots with units in the shuttles. Oh my god! Oh my god, so much damage right there. Oh my god, this Reaver is actually doing insane damage. Really? He can just fly out and be happy. 9 kills! 10 kills now. 10 kills. He should have left. Well, he had the chance. Oh my god, 11 kills. No, 12 kills. 12 kills. This is just an insane Reaver. And he's going to get the turret as well. Oh my god. Sharp getting absolutely dismantled by 1 Reaver. Ooh, flies into a turret. Okay, turns around in time. The 2 Marines awaiting it. Oh, he's going to get the shuttle. What? What? Okay, he does force it into the turret at least. And will end up... Oh my god, 2 more taken down. That's like... That is a snow level Reaver, what that did. That was pretty wild. He got so much damage done there. Sharp, look at this. He's 10 workers behind. 10. How do you come back from that position? That is very, very difficult. Not entirely sure. He just wasn't quite ready for how fast that Reaver was. You know, he got those 2 extra goons and everything, but it's not worth the 10 SCVs he lost, that's for sure. Look at this, 2 Dragoons awaiting these vultures. The vultures wanted to lay a mine here to slow that 3rd. Unable to do so. Another Reaver is already ready. Shuttle on the way, as well as another Reaver as well. Also have that shuttle speed coming up. And the probe coming over to set up this this 3rd Nexus. Sharp in the meantime, non-stop SCV production, of course, obviously, he has to do that. Okay, gets the armory. And yeah, 2nd gas, just tanks being made. I guess that's the most stabilizing you can do is like just make a bunch of tanks. He only has this turret in the main base, so this could be bad. Unsieges 2 of the tanks at the natural. Looks like he might lose this vulture here if that connects. Yeah, gets it. Yeah, and that shuttle is going to leave. 3rd Nexus coming up. Citadel on the way. The timing of that Citadel. I feel like this will be Arbiter. That feels like an Arbiter timing on the Citadel. I don't feel like you need that because you know a push isn't coming. Or at least not a push that you couldn't stop. I guess we'll see in a moment here if he starts the Stargate. His gas count is not very good. So maybe it is just Zealot legs. Just like maybe a little bit too quick. It's funny because I'm always talking about how Zealot legs are too slow for most people. This might be Zealot legs too quick. You don't really need Zealot legs researching when you have like 2 gates. Well, I guess he has 3 technically. I've seen it before and I'm always like, that looks silly. It's like your Zealot Legs finishes and you have 4 Zealots. Okay. Well, not using it at all as of yet. Couple Reavers come out in the front here and just kind of contain everything. 3rd factory, 4th factory. Dude, this is a tough position for Sharp. If he can pull this game, it's pretty amazing. We did hear some scans there. You did get 1 observer. But you have to kind of figure out what your opponent is doing and counter it pretty darn hard. So look at this. Already up 32 supply. That is crazy. Honestly, the best play here for Say would be a 4th base. I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't make a 4th base here. Because then your 4 base versus a push, or they take a very late 3rd, and you already have a 4th, and then you take your 5th immediately, and Terran is just in a perpetually bad position there. Like, really, actually, now that I've said that out loud, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what needs to happen. That's exactly 100% what you should do. And the thing is, there are situations where you're letting someone come back. That wouldn't be this situation. Because Sharp is like, he's producing everything. He's got a good 2-base economy now. He's got 4 factories who can produce decent units. He needs you to attack him for him to win. Sharp needs to hold like a bad attack. So there's 4th Nexus, a funny place for it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. That's perfect. It's perfect. And Zealot Legs are almost done. Plenty of gates, lots of gates up here. Yeah, so now you're 4 gates, right? If you make nothing but units here, just lots and lots and lots of units. Oh, God, he's going to attack. See, this is someone who's like, oh, my God, I'm going to beat the SSL runner-up. That is just not a good attack at all. There's no need. There's no need. The 4th Nexus is up. All I want to see is heavy macro. If Sharp takes a 3rd, you take a 5th. And you're so far ahead at that point that your trades can be really bad. But like trying to attack into this, what the hell is the point? Like, there's nothing better than this. This is like the best defense that you can get. It just doesn't make sense. Just don't attack that. Sit back. Getting antsy. I get it. I understand. I've had pros dead and screwed it up as well. Understandable. But yeah, we got to go back to fundamentals. That's the important thing. Can you think in your fundamentals when you're beating a player that you shouldn't be beating? There's that 3rd command center. And it looks like he's going to try to dive in with 2 shuttles. Oh, God. What was that? What is this movement? Oh, you know what? I think that was hotkeyed with this group. That's what it was. It was moving towards the same direction as them. He probably just had grouped hotkeys. See this? There's no reason for it to keep flying up there, and he's not unhotkeying it. I actually think Say is nervous here. Which, again, understandable. You play as much StarCraft as you must to get this good. And then you're playing someone like Sharp, a pure god of the game, and you're absolutely crushing. I do get it. So I don't want to be too rough on him. All right, so Sharp has gotten himself up to 130 supply against 165, so it's still like a 35 supply advantage. Remember, before it was 32 last time I pointed it out. But now their worker counts are closer, so it's not as bad as it was for Sharp. And like the army, like his army can hold his army. Okay. He is floating his 3rd command center, but with the 5th going up already, when you have 3 bases against 5, you have to either attack or expand. So what does Sharp do? Is he going to try to expand? Is he going to try to attack? I don't think that there's a good choice here. Like I said, to win this game, he needs Say to attack him. I just don't think that there's a way that isn't Say attacking in that Sharp wins this game. Runs into a few mines there. Tries to make some tricks with the 2 shuttles, but it mostly just doesn't work. It's not the end of the world that he's losing a few zealots and a few goons here and there. The end of the world, well, there's no real end of the world for him at all. But attacking would be giving the game maybe back to similar to even. Now, here we go. Drops the Reavers out at this 3rd base. I'm, again, not entirely sure why he's spending any APM doing this. Or even units doing this. even if the trade is slightly bad, it's still good for him. Okay, he gets his storm off too. Gets him down to 40 SCVs. So he did kill some SCVs there, but he did spend a lot as well. This might trigger Sharp to attack. I don't know that Sharp will have a better spot to attack than right now. I would say probably not. Like, we just saw 3 shuttles die with lots of splash damage. I don't think an attack wins here. So probably attacking is still not good, but I don't see things really getting better for him. Oh, unless we get a full army throw. All right, here we go. Say coming in. Oh! The High Templars actually kind of did their job, even though it was via a mine. All right, knocks out all those siege tanks. There's just so many units here. So many more than Sharp can hold. That was a ridiculous mine, though. You can see him pulling these tanks back to a better position. I don't think any of this really matters because Say just has so much. Don't forget, he has 5 bases, so he can remake this army over and over while taking another base. And that's exactly what he should be doing right now. So Sharp will technically hold this. Ooh, that mine. He will end up holding this. And one thing I do need to mention, though, 55 workers only for Say. He really should have about 10 more workers right now. You can see kind of light saturation, really light, incredibly light, very good, very good. Yeah, you can really see where he could have 10 more workers and look much better here. So, Sharp is at 87 supply. When a Terran is sub 100 supply at 17 minutes, like, Terran generally gets 2 windows to win TVP. And we're entering the second window. And his supply is so low. It just does not look realistic. Okay, laying a few mines. Trying to get some big drags into these zealots. Trying to be as efficient as possible. He knows that he's way up against the ropes, and it's a very unlikely victory. But he's going to try to make something happen. I like this idea of keep him busy with these vultures, move the tanks up. If he can smash this Nexus and then get up here and kill this one, who knows? Maybe something starts to come together. Okay, so starts to set up the siege. Notice how he's going to lay a lot more mines in the path to this Nexus. Let's see if this gets really wasteful. Because if he just attack moves through mines, like, this is playing into Sharp's plan. Okay, looks like we might see a counterattack. Laying a lot of mines. He's, like, gathering a lot of value from these vultures. Killing off so many of the zealots. He might actually be able to clear this army. And this Nexus is dead. I still don't think that's going to end up being enough, though. Another storm goes down. Sharp's economy just suffering. Only 29 SCVs remain. And I think we'll actually probably see GG. Well, I guess these tanks are going to spend themselves. Like, Sharp is a player that doesn't give up very easily. He's the type of player who can come back from crazy situations. The thing is, I think Sharp is an extremely tactical player. Tactical players are generally very good at comebacks because they're making the absolute best out of, like, every situation, basically. Like, he's not that much of an optimizer, but he'll use every tactic at his disposal to try to win a game. So he clears that out. 21 SCVs. So he's got like 40 supply army-wise against 90 supply. Okay, this has to be it. This has to be it. Say is going to move up and be able to take him out. I actually have something I want to go over at the end of the game because I really found one move Sharp made very confusing. And I think it actually caused this. So just kind of clearing out these vultures, trying to bring his probes up to his 6th, or, well, I guess it's now going to be a 5th base. 3 speed shuttles flying in. Mostly just siege tanks left over here for Sharp. The siege tanks are not going to fare well against this. Bombed out zealots as well as High Templars. We should see GG now. He still dances SCV. He really doesn't want to lose this game. All right, the rest of the army coming back. Oh, sending out a dropship? It doesn't have enough. Like a tank and 2 vultures. I guess if your opponent completely fumbles it, he could run into the mines and the tank could clear up the goons. Although this tank is pretty heavily damaged already. It's got like 1 goon hit left on it. Oh, another storm on his SCVs. Gets like 3 SCVs, but you know what? That's 7% of his economy. Okay, GG is finally called. Yeah, I mean, a very one-sided game. We need to go back to this push. Okay, so he damages the goons some. Just hold on 1 second. Pulls back. Has the vulture out. Okay, pushes him back. He luckily gets through the first 2 mines. Okay, this is the moment that really, really confused me. So he has this mine here. He has the vulture ready to join in. His army does beat this. Okay, and Say realizes that there's probably a mine here, so he goes up. Because if you give him these 2 goons for free into a mine right now, the game is done. Like, he's so... Sharp's going to be so far ahead. Look, he's already 2 workers up and everything. So, Say, I think, makes the right choice of escaping in this direction. Now, I think what happened is Sharp looked at this and said, well, this easily beats that. And so he chases it down and kills it. And so on the surface, that looks good. But that isn't what this army is supposed to accomplish. It doesn't matter to Protoss if you kill a goon up here when his base is down here in the early game. Like, if you kill a goon on the way to his base, that really matters because you're attacking his base. If instead you do what is more normally done with these pressures and go towards the natural, that's going to give you a lot of information. So if you bring this army instead and you turn it around as these goons are running away, you suddenly pivot and go down. First off, they don't know exactly where the mine is. So that's dangerous. It's dangerous for them to come back. And you come down and you start poking the Nexus. And the thing about poking the Nexus is, if he has a DT, it has to attack your army. If he has a Reaver come out, he's not going to fly over your army that's preventing his mining and hitting his Nexus to attack your SCVs. He's going to clear it, or try to clear it, and then you start pulling back and micro-inverse the Reaver. And what that does is it gives you enough time to set up your Reaver defense. So Sharp took his own units out of the game. We may as well just explode all of these units. See how he's chasing that? Now here comes the Reaver. He would have been on top of this, and he had more units coming, and these units could have maybe come to help out. Either way, he'll minimum see the shuttle. Minimum, but most likely the Reaver will fight against Sharp here. And that will buy him some time to set up turrets. See, his eBay is not even ready, which this is a late eBay. You need to start it by 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So, yeah, I think that this was a huge mistake, and I think that this is why he lost. That, and it was a God mode Reaver. It was an unbelievably strong Reaver. That's like super rare to see that much damage from a Reaver right off. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.